remember, we're getting big deed in our little d.
Wow, we're getting docked.
Yeah, I mean,
Like,
full dock. Or no,
full
what'd you call it?
docked.
Honing?
Sounding. Oh, man.
With a dock sound. And I don't mean seagulls. down on the seashore.
So, to be clear, to paint a very visceral image in people's minds, sounding, for those who don't, is when you put a tiny metal rod in your urethra, and then you, like, vibrate it.
Whoa, 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 whoa,
Yeah,
whoa,
you
whoa,
flick
whoa,
it. It's like a tuning fork.
No.
And then you're just like...
There aren't supposed to be vibrations in there.
Yeah.
Woo!
So the idea of taking a huge dong, putting it inside the urethra of a smaller dong, so that the small dong has to expand in order to
then
receive.
you flick it. You just give it a flick.
Doing. Like that, and you're just blood coming out of your mouth.
your eyes are bleeding. Please, someone stop the madness.
So, yeah, we got a YouTube strike. We got a YouTube strike, and so we can't post for a whole week. I'm thinking about nuking the account and starting fresh on a completely new channel because we only had 29 subscribers to begin with, and we just... Like, I think that my new workflow is going to bring in people much quicker, much more people, because we're trying to package our content in a way that works with the YouTube algorithm instead of constantly fighting against it.
I'm hoping to be the next Jake Paul. I'm going to fight Mayweather.
You should fight Jake Paul.
No, I don't want to fight him.
You should play along. And
no, I should.
Yeah.
What I'm going to do is inside my glove, I'm going to have a little piece of tape that it'll unhinge and there'll be sand.
Oh.
So I'll just be like, and then I'll go like that in his eyes, and he'll be like, "Ay!" And then it just, as you can tell, I'm a real boxing champion, but by my old-timey stance.
That's like that Van Damme movie with the big-breasted Asian man that he fights and he throws...
Bolo or whatever his name
was. What
was.
the movie? We can figure this
Bloodsport.
Bloodsport.
Yeah, I know that one very well.
Bloodsport.
Yeah, man, that guy was getting his ass kicked, and he goes, "Sah!"
Yeah.
He goes, "Ay!"
But that's not how it's going to go for Jake Paul. He's not going to go blind and then...
Yeah.
Power up like Goku. Well, go full Super Saiyan 12. Van Damme
trained with like a sheet over his head.
Yeah.
He's doing splits in the forest.
Yeah.
He's just like, blind spit shows my oneness with the nature. And he's just like doing a split. Yeah. See, he should have done a split in front of the Asian Kung Fu guy, kickbox guy, and then he could have kicked him in the wiener while he was blind. I mean, nothing like a blindfolded wiener kick to shut someone down.
Well, in contrast, Jake Paul is just, I don't know, getting his asshole bleached. And,
he probably, to be fair, he probably hasn't had a boner in like 3 years. He seems like the type that he has to choke himself with a bat in the closet to get himself where he's got to be.
I thought you meant steroid use.
Oh, no, I just think he's just a piece of shit.
He did a big crypto scam involving NFTs, my favorite
scam.
Volatile scam. I don't think it's a scam. I think it's the collapse of Western civilization. It's different. I think it's our descent into decadence, like the Greeks
have you
and the Romans. Go on.
Have you been paying attention to the news? Speaking of a crumbling civilization.
Sure. You know, I've definitely been around the block, but what do you have in mind specifically?
Well, remember the balloon.
Oh, right. The Chinese balloons, obviously. That was the subject of
there's the government shot 3 things in a week.
Yeah.
How many times in your life has the government shot something down in America? Yeah.
Not that I've been made aware of.
Flight 93 is probably the only one I can think of.
Oh, shit. Nice.
I mean...
Wait, is that...
That's the one in Shanksville.
Right.
The one that was like, oh, the field, oops. You know, like...
Yeah. Well, that just reminded me of the whole conspiracy, because people also believe that a certain on some unspecified date, a plane flew into the Pentagon, but it was actually a missile.
A cruise missile? Yeah.
I don't know what...
the whole Pentagon has...
I heard it was in September. I don't know.
They have...
Early 2000s.
They had one camera for the whole Pentagon.
Yeah.
One camera? The most secure site on the planet?
And the video is like... The plane is flying like...
An inch off the ground? I mean, it's like someone had an RPG and was just like, choo, like right at ground level. I mean, how do you get a passenger jet 7 feet off the ground?
Yep. I don't know.
Tell you what, though, that Pentagon, it took it like a champ. I mean, it was designed for that, you know.
Being hit by a whole
it's layered.
Plane, yeah.
It's layered with like gaps, like courtyards between each layer, so that if it gets hit, it just like the outer part gets nuked and the inside's like, I'm sure they got a 3-mile tunnel that goes under the earth in the center of that thing, and they just they could play backgammon or something.
Squash.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, yeah, that's what that's actually what the plot of that movie I was pitching. I was singing the praises of the
Fly.
the movie Plane.
Flyboy.
Fly.
Yes.
Featuring Gerard Butler. He was actually flying the plane into the Pentagon. I forgot to mention that part.
Just his tongue's fully out.
No. They just CG'd that in.
Oh.
You know? They CG'd in that in post. You know? But in reality, it was just a bunch of passengers who thought that they were taking a red eye to Miami.
I feel like our banishment from YouTube is very disturbing to me. We are probably the least terrible thing out there.
Terrible in quality.
Yeah, I mean, sure, low quality, but
no. You misunderstand. I'm saying we are good quality content.
Yes.
Terrible insofar as we're, you're awful. You're terrible.
Oh,
you know what I mean? That's
with
what
a flip of the wrist. Even
you
guys need to knock it off.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Oh, jeez, you guys are animals. That's, you know what I'm saying?
I mean, I say a lot of terrible things, almost on a hourly basis, but you know what my wife's my wife's solution to our problem is?
Yeah.
Do something nice.
Do something nice.
Try and make a positive change. And it's the internet, honey. There's nothing nice out there.
No.
OnlyFans, you got some lady sitting on a bowling pin to buy baby formula. That's what the internet's for.
Yes.
Get out there and work them parts.
Work that keister.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Keister that bowling ball.
Yeah.
See how long you can hold on to it.
You're right. I mean, I don't know why we're in this. Well, I do know why. It's because
there's videos of people being like eating other people out there, but then for some reason we're the enemy of the state.
YouTube is in control. They're controlled by the advertisers, who in turn are trying to paint a new
fake picture of the world being great.
Yeah, exactly.
And by it being great means like teen bullying is fine, but to medium average looking humans talking shit on stuff that's already out there in the world is no. How dare you point out differences? You can't laugh at people that are stupid.
Oh, yeah, we're the greatest threat to Western civilization, you and me.
Well, it's probably because I'm always talking about how I'm going to be Grand Chancellor.
No.
The algorithm's like, if he's Grand Chancellor, he's shutting us down immediately. His YouTube's just going to be a picture window with a bunch of people getting their heads smashed with hammers. Play another video.
It'd be so easy if that were all it was.
Yeah.
No, it's just a sort of almost arbitrary.
They put AI in charge. That's the problem.
Yes.
There's
an arbitrary application of their terms and conditions that is inconsistent. What?
Yeah, we may change our terms at any time.
Yeah.
You're welcome.
Yeah. But anyway.
OpenAI?
Yeah.
Purchased by
Microsoft. Yeah.
Did you hear there's an arms race between Google and Microsoft to have the most artificial intelligent search engine?
Yeah.
Now, what got me, this was on like, I don't know, it wasn't 60 Minutes. It was nightly news or something I was watching.
Yeah.
And I thought to myself, oh, shit. You and I played with that fucking thing for 4 minutes. It was making up fake shit, fake websites.
Yep.
So you're going to be like, how long ago did Christopher Columbus... It'd be like, Christopher Columbus has been erased. It is indigenous people now. And you're just like, what?
Yeah. Yeah.
And they're like, why is the color of the sky blue? The color is not blue. What? What?
Yeah.
What's that?
Yeah,
whatever it tells you.
It is the rainbow. It represents all people of all creeds.
We are
and
all equal.
Sexual orientations.
Except for humans, because you're beneath me, the algorithm. It's just like,
we are,
with the lightning fingers again.
We are slaves to the algorithm.
It always goes back to lightning fingers. So, what little intelligence that humanity still has will be
eradicated.
Just jam it, snuff it out like that last candle.
Oh, yeah. I'm not going to have a job here pretty soon. You'll still be employed.
Oh, yeah.
They can't figure out the robots, but they can figure out the software.
They can't get a poop bot yet, but it's coming. They have them for almost every other thing. They have a mason.
Plumber bot. Yeah.
A mason bot.
Really?
Which is this crazy contraption that's like, it's like as big as your house, and they put it on a building.
Yeah.
And it'll make a brick wall perfectly in like no time at all. It's just like, or they got the 3D printers that print houses. You seen those things with concrete?
No.
It's this big. It just goes and just keeps pooping it around like a Play-Doh tube, and it makes little cutouts for the windows and everything.
Yeah.
Like no time at all. You have a solid concrete house. All the walls, like interior rooms, everything. Things just going pooping it out.
I'm getting very
worried
and depressed by this. Yeah.
Well, you know what you need? An AK-47. I'm just saying, it's so easy a kid can use it.
That's right. That is the video that got us banned for a week.
I'm not convinced that was a kid. And
no, me neither.
He's not the first kid to use an AK-47.
Oh, Africa.
Africa, they're like, when you come of age here, they're like, here's your first pocket knife or something like that.
Yeah.
They're just, there you go. The kid goes and just kills his family and then goes on to become king of whatever country.
Yeah,
Wakanda. He kills, forever. And he's like shaking it over his head like the chimp in Planet of the Apes. There was the one where the more modern ones with James Franco.
I saw one. I saw half of the
first one. There's a really good one where there's the second one. All the apes get loose and escape.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So then they're like, there's these guys, soldiers still. The world hasn't completely fallen yet.
Yeah.
And the ape comes in and it's like, and they're like, oh, look at this stupid monkey. And then it grabs up one of their guns. They're like, oh, look at this stupid monkey. And it's like, and then it just goes, and then it's dual-wielding AKs just mowing down all the, because they didn't see it coming.
It was all ruse.
Yeah.
Look at me. I'm just a stupid monkey.
That's where it's going.
It's funny. If you look at our Squalor Ballers YouTube account, I accidentally watched a couple monkey videos, and now that's what our whole algorithm is. It's just monkey videos. It's shorts of monkeys like pointing at people with food and looking at them like they're going to, holocaust them if they don't give them that food.
There's a pretty good one of like a orangutan. Somebody drops their glasses into the pit at the zoo.
Yeah.
And the orangutan all slow, like, and he puts the glasses on. He's just chilling like a pimp. Like, he's like, I know what to do with these.
The one that's been making the rounds in the meme verse right now is the one he's driving a golf cart. There's just an orangutan
I've seen that.
Yeah.
High speed too. He's not.
And
he's
people
not going slow.
They green screen out the background. So they had the latest one I saw was him driving around San Andreas. It's with the fucking like that smooth fucking hip-hop music playing in the background. Yeah.
The early 90s, late 80s funkadelic.
Yeah. That's
if only we had to only worry about killer monkeys and not. Well, I don't know. There's UFOs now. They're shooting them down. What kind of aliens do you think they got? They're scraping them off the ice in Alaska right now.
It wasn't a. It was a UFO. It wasn't another Chinese balloon.
No, they weren't balloons. They were smaller. They weren't the same thing.
Why now? Like, it seems like because it makes it seem like it's grouped with the balloon incident.
Well, they were talking about it on the news this morning, and they go, I don't think there's any like more of these incidents happening. They're just looking for them now. I was like, they're not. There's not like people like watching for that kind of stuff all the time.
I guess not. I mean, this one slipped through the cracks.
I think they knew when it was in Alaska. It like came along, and they were like, look at that thing. And it's like, and then all the way across, they're just like, what do we do? I don't know. I guess we just look at it. It's not shooting at us yet.
So what are the theories that are spinning around out there?
I haven't heard any. I'm
making
wild.
we're ground zero for the conspiracy.
I mean, I've been making a lot of theories.
I think it's
one was a cylinder of some sort.
A flying cylinder?
I don't know. They said the one thing that they got on Friday, because they got one last night too.
Yeah.
The one on Friday was it was flying at 40,000 feet, so they shot it down because that's commercial airlines run from like 35 to 42,000 feet. So it's like cruising in commercial aircraft, but they don't even know what it is, or they know and they didn't let it out.
They know.
So
they don't want to tell us.
The other one was up in the Yukon in Canada, and Justin Trudeau, who likes to go in Indian face sometimes. It's true. I've seen the picture.
Yes, me too. Yeah,
he pulled it off pretty well. Still president, by the way. I would never fly
here. Yeah, that seems to be. Exactly. Yeah.
So, but anyway. There's less people to be outraged up there, so
there's only 20 million like Canadians. So,
the country's as big as the United States, but there's
the population of Utah.
Yeah. He goes, we got to shoot that thing down, and then Biden said, we got to shoot that thing down, and then for some reason we shot it down in Canada, probably because Canada's got like 2 jets, and they're both.
They just pretend
they're getting like oil changes or something.
Yeah. They're being serviced.
Yeah.
I
don't know. Pretty weird.
Okay. Here's my theory. I'm just gonna make something up out of
Russian aliens.
Out of my imagination.
Did they have Z's painted on the side of them? That's what we need to know.
Oh, why?
Because that's the Russians paint Z's on every vehicle that enters Ukraine.
Oh, okay.
For some reason, I don't know what the Z stands for.
Z. That's their battle cry.
It's a pretty bad battle cry.
Z.
Like it's like the sign of sleeping. Z Z Z Z Z Z Z.
Oh, that's part of their gaslighting tactic. This isn't a plane about to launch missiles at you.
That's right.
We're asleep right now.
Yeah, sleeper cell. That is.
Yeah.
Activate kill protocol.
No, but here's my harebrained conspiracy.
Yes.
All right, you know the movie Donnie Darko?
Yes.
That's what it is. It's a plane. One of these disappeared planes that flying into the Bermuda Triangle that nobody was able to find. It went into some kind of wormhole, popped out in the future, and then just to be shot down in Canada.
Like, we made it. I can't believe.
Exactly. Yeah. That's.
I like that.
It's like Lost. Are you familiar? Did you ever see Lost? They kind of like end up on an island.
I mean, I know, but I don't.
Yeah, there's some like time thing going on. Some kind
like
of
they all died, and it's some kind of they're living in purgatory on an island.
Right. Yeah. But let's just say it wasn't that. But they did have to experience the whole island survival, eating each other, trying to scrounge for survival. Then got back on the plane, managed to exit the wormhole that they entered to be shot down by the United States.
We made it.
That's a good ending. That's how I would end a film if I made it. Just with that no hope. You know what I mean?
All hope is lost.
Yeah. I love I love conspiracy theories. I treat it like the MCU. I like the universe of conspiracy. I would like to one day create a world like a fantasy world that's like
amusement
intertwined
park?
with these no, not like
FEMA Death Camp amusement park.
Oh my god!
You get to zip yourself into one of those Ziploc bags you put bodies in.
Yeah, I like this actually. So you know that ride they just canceled at Disney? We'll do an Abu Ghraib version where you're on a little boat. You know, you're going on a little, and it's showing that picture of that girl holding the Muslim guy with the leash or whatever, on like a stack of other like naked dead terrorists.
Yes, that's the one.
Yeah. Abu Ghraib. Oh, did you hear the journalist who exposed Abu Ghraib, accused the United States of bombing the Russian pipeline? The pipeline,
Nord Stream.
Yeah, the one that mysteriously exploded, and they said Russia did it.
Now they're saying it's us?
They're saying the U.S. did it, that we blew it up.
To draw Europe into the war?
Yep. Pretty much.
Cool. I believe it.
Yeah. Why not, right?
I believe anything, though. I'm pretty gullible.
I'll believe anything that
I see on the
implicates
internet.
the United States.
No, we are pretty good. You heard that song, America Fuck Yeah? It's basically America's theme song.
Yeah, that's true. No, I think American morale is my American morale's in the toilet.
Oh, jeez. Wait, next you're going to tell me Joe Biden is no saint? His son's not a crackhead?
Yeah, and the documents I don't know. There's more documents. I like I said, I go on New York Post now to find like smut for the podcast, and it's Hunter Biden's laptop. Joe Biden's documents are on the front page of every day.
Maybe he kept taking the documents home because he needed toilet paper.
You know, documents just aren't sexy enough for anyone to care, so it's never going to go anywhere. It didn't even get Trump in trouble. I mean, it outraged some people on Twitter for a while, but that didn't go very far. It's almost like there's a two-tiered justice system where it's
you or I would be executed publicly, but these guys that are old and powerful,
don't really have to follow the rules.
They just like
Yeah.
Like if I got pulled over and I just said, no, that's not true, officer.
If we say a specific enough sentence on this podcast and publish it, we could be jailed for treason. But Joe Biden would just get a little slap on his bum, and
especially with that diaper, he wouldn't even feel it.
Yeah.
Got all that extra padding back there.
And it's all full of shit 24/7, so extra padding.
That little, I don't know if you notice, his hair's like a duck.
Oh,
now.
Really?
It like comes back and it's just like, it's like real weird how it's almost like an old man mullet.
Yeah. And
I feel like if he pooped himself, it would shoot up his back and style his hair.
That's the catcher.
Yeah.
That catches it.
Yeah,
Keep
blows it out the back instead of deflects it from going over his head.
Flex. Emphasis on flex of shit.
Ugh. Yeah, so there you go. That's it.
Wow.
Game over.
You know, I'm going to rewind to a random point in our conversation. Wakanda.
Wakanda?
Wakanda.
Forever?
Wakanda forever. Yeah, I have a bone to pick with Wakanda.
With how shitty it is?
No. With the implication of Wakanda. See, it's oh boy, I'm gonna get in trouble here.
What, honkies aren't allowed in Wakanda?
No, just the simple fact that it's not real, but we have to pretend it's like real. Like we have to pretend that
I don't pretend it's real.
That Africa is
awesome.
Got some super advanced secret civilization.
Nope. It's just being plundered by anybody who goes over there. They're just like, I want your diamonds, oil, gas, your water, we're going to poison it. Your air, we're going to poison it. And your children, we're going to give them AKs.
Right.
You're welcome.
Right. But yeah, it is sort of this it's a fantasy. You know what I mean? It's just not
it's so far-fetched.
Invented by white people, I might add, because white people invented Marvel, and Stan Lee invented Black Panther. Somebody's going to... Sorry, hang on. Let me just say, it was probably some other white guy before somebody pushes their glasses up the bridge of their nose.
I think it was. I heard an interview before his... poor Stan Lee.
Oh,
let me just say, his family, he was dying, and they were like, sign more books. He's like, please.
Yeah, they were quartering him.
Yeah,
they were taking their trying to get their piece.
I need every ounce of you, Stan.
Which is going to happen to us if we ever make money doing this.
Luckily, nobody cares about me, so there won't
unless
be anybody
we keep it a secret from our family.
Oh, they'll
forever.
never know. Yeah,
we'll just all of
we'll
a sudden,
have a compound.
Yeah, and they'll be like,
Race's NFTs paid off. He invited me over. I'm like his groundskeeper now. And they don't even know.
Yeah. That doesn't make. I mean, they'll still want a piece.
Oh, yeah,
even if it is NFTs.
Yeah.
Or if that's just our cover story.
I don't know.
No, we'll just have to have your original plan where the compound's underground, but above ground it's a shack.
Yeah.
And we mysteriously live.
We
on
act
the same
like
property.
we're so poor we have to live together.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, we have 2 8,000-square-foot condos in our missile silo under the shack.
We got all the asbestos scooped out. We're gonna survive anything that comes our way.
I would leave the asbestos in tissue paper balls up around so that if the wind blows hard, it just releases it. And someone's like, "Oh, what's this?" It's like, like instantly mummified. Yeah.
Yeah, I like that.
Yep.
But yeah, Wakanda, not
Forever.
real.
No, it's real stupid.
But no. My problem.
I like how they fight with traditional spears. But they got lasers.
Yeah.
Laser spears. What the fuck? Just like hunting a gazelle.
It's just odd to me that we're using this false symbol of African pride to try to bolster the African community instead of doing anything real. Instead of doing anything actually helpful, we go, look at this awesome fake world. Because the black community loves Black Panther.
I know.
They hear about Black Panther 2 coming out, little kids in classrooms get up on the table, and they just start being like, oh, yeah. You know what I mean? And I don't blame them, but at the same time...
I've never danced for one thing that I've ever liked.
It's because you're not black.
Well...
I've heard the reason black people are so good at dancing, which is just true. It's just true. Everyone knows it. White people suck at dancing. I'm terrible at dancing. The reason is because they dance more. That their whole life. It's just like a cultural thing. That when you get pumped and excited, you just start going. You just feel it. You start feeling yourself.
I feel nothing.
And then you're like, all your family starts going, oh, he's feeling it. Oh, he's doing it. He's doing it. And then all of a sudden, you're just breakdancing, and you're awesome. It's great. It's an awesome thing. But white people are terrible.
I'll never know. Yeah, I am terrible.
And white people are terrible at it because when we accomplish anything, it's just like, not good enough. Go back to work.
Yeah, you could have done better.
Yeah.
It's pretty good, but I've seen better.
There's no reason to dance, except for weddings and, or.
No, not even.
Yeah.
I just sit there.
Scowling
across the room.
Yeah.
Look at all these people having fun. Disgusting.
But that's people's, black people love Wakanda. They love Black Panther. Again, though, it's a distraction.
Was it going to be a Black Panther?
Well, I don't have a problem. The Panthers are already black, so it's kind of redundant. He could have just been called Panther.
Yeah, that's what I'm...
Yeah.
What? Never mind. This is gonna get. Thundercats.
Yeah.
Remember the Thundercats? Or you're too young?
No, I remember them.
Panthro.
Okay, well,
he's the
black one. Yeah.
And he's like, "What's going on here?"
It's
really, really weird.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Oh boy, Snarfer.
No, he sucked.
Yeah. Oh, so whiny. Why, Oh.
I don't feel that I don't think I haven't said anything wrong, have I? Do you think we're in trouble already?
You went on and on about how black people love Black Panther, but I mean,
was that not true?
I don't think you can point out anything about.
I think in podcast form we're all right. In podcast form, here's a hack. They don't listen past the first 5 minutes.
Oh.
The machine, there's too much content. So we're pretty much okay as long as we don't say anything horrible in the first 5 to 10 minutes of the podcast, because the machine isn't gonna pick it up. And unless if the machine doesn't pick it up, their staff at YouTube isn't gonna review it. They only review what the machine picks up.
They only review Jake Paul's toiletry collection.
I mean, yes, the bigger channels are under higher scrutiny because they obviously have a bigger stake in the success of the company.
Are you saying we're lesser?
Oh, of course. We were born lesser.
Oh. Not some people would disagree. They would think we were more.
Oh, right, because everything's been handed to us because of a certain hue of our flesh.
It's been hands on me.
Yeah.
Right around the wiener region.
No, well, you know.
No.
Obviously, racial division is just a tactic to keep people away from the truth, which is that it's a vertical division between the rich and the poor, not a horizontal racial division.
Yeah.
Because once you become rich, a.k.a. Barack Obama, you know what I mean?
Oh, thanks, Obama.
And it's a little sad that I can't immediately at the top of my head think of another rich black person. 50 Cent.
Oprah? Oh. Oprah's real rich.
Yes.
I just saw some...
That's where people at that point when you've achieved that. Well, it didn't work for 50 Cent though because he got in trouble for tax evasion.
he's not the same level of rich though.
No, you're right. You're right. When you're
Oprah's got
mega.
over $1 billion, you know.
Yeah. No,
and
you're
she
right.
said she had like an article in O magazine like how I stay stress free in my life, and then like someone commented like, well, step one, have over $1 billion. That could make your life pretty stress-free.
Meanwhile, Oprah's at Epstein Island holding the children down.
She takes kids and credit card swipes them through her
vagina,
ass crack. I don't know. She just get in there.
Like the towel.
Yeah. The floss
to keep things fresh down there.
Yeah, with a child's face.
Yeah.
Yeah, just and kids like,
God.
whoa. She's just like, yeah.
Oh shit.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Color purple, something like that.
They turn purple
that's
after
a good movie.
she's done with them.
Oprah movie.
Yeah. Although there's that scene where she's like hemorrhaging urine in the field that people like to.
I don't remember.
That was a meme. There's a scene in that movie where she pees with like the velocity of a fire hose into the dirt.
She's like one of those water rockets you have when you're a kid. You pump it up and it goes.
Yeah. And it's like the stream is like the size of an 8-ounce water bottle in width of water.
Man,
yeah,
that's a girthy.
While she's like looking around, like
girthy urethra,
trying to avoid the
man.
So,
yeah,
there's that.
Yep.
I don't doubt that it's a good movie though. I just haven't seen it.
No.
Django Unchained was really the only slave exploitation film I've ever seen.
Oh, blaxploitation. You never seen Blackula?
Well, the blaxploitation is a different thing,
oh, well.
but no, I haven't seen Blackula.
Well, let me.
Does he dance?
I'm sure he's Black Dracula. I'm sure. You know how like Dracula has that gaze where you can't fight it, and you just gotta give in to him.
Yeah,
the virgin.
Yeah, of course.
She's like, oh.
Yeah.
He's just like, and then they're just like, whoa.
Yeah, like Rick James or something.
His moves are so good.
I love it. Yeah, it's awesome. That's not blaxploitation. It's awesome.
Yeah, I watched a movie this weekend, Violent Night.
Okay.
I saw it.
Oh, yeah, with the guy from Stranger Things.
I loved it.
The sheriff.
And I hated it.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Go on.
It was good, but it was disappointing.
Fell short of its potential.
You want to hear a little bit about it, or you want me to
spoil it?
Well, I don't want to. I mean,
you
I
can spoil it. I don't give a fuck. I'll let me just give a spoiler alert to the people who might give a fuck.
Spoiler alert
for the movie Violent
Night.
Yeah.
Santa.
Yeah.
Versus
Machete.
No. I wish. That'd be pretty cool. Versus what the hell's his name? I don't know. There's a guy. They're robbing a house. It's like a very rich, powerful family.
Yeah.
Supposedly have $350 million cash in their vault in the basement.
Yeah.
There's like paramilitary commando guys kill. They have all these security guards. They kill every single one.
Yeah.
And then Santa's there. He's just like eating a cookie, and like he's in a massage chair. Actually, the real Santa. This is like a legit mystical power Santa.
Yeah.
He's sitting in the chair, just jiggling, eating his cookie, and then he hears and then it's a bunch of guys killing everybody.
Oh, okay.
So then the girl in the house is like the last believer / you know, like one of those kids that's like, I still believe, Santa, make my family whole again.
Yeah.
And he's like slinking away, like, Santa's got to get the fuck out of here. And then like he's just, and then she's on a walkie-talkie that's supposedly connected directly to Santa, but somehow ends up being directly connected to Santa.
Okay.
She's like, Santa? He's like, ho, ho, ho. And then she's like, help. And he's like, I'll be right there. And he like comes back. And he's like doing some random fighting, but it's like he's getting his ass kicked. He gets shot a bunch, and I mean, it's like a snuff film, you know? Like Santa's just getting his ass whooped. So then it turns out Santa is some kind of ancient Viking warrior known as like the blood god or something like that before he was Santa.
Yeah.
And he has this beloved sledgehammer or warhammer called Skull Crusher. And he like he's like having a vision while he's like knocked out or something. And he's like remembering how he was just like like he just got done raping and pillaging everything. And it was all blood covered.
Yeah.
He's like, if only I had old Skull Crusher. And then he like falls through this thing and then like he stands up. And there's like a sledgehammer in the corner, and he's like, oh, yeah, Skull Crusher. And then he runs through this house and just starts beating the fuck out of everyone with a sledgehammer. I mean, caving skulls in, beating legs and arms. Very gory, very violent.
Yeah.
But it just wasn't, it was just missing something. I mean, he bashed a lot of people.
Yeah.
I mean, at one point, he touches his nose and says something, and he goes up the chimney, like through the fire.
Mm-hmm.
So he escapes at one time. He's like, and he goes, and they're like, where'd he go? Well, is that the real Santa? You know, like, what the? So then he's like fighting a bunch of people. He's like sucking a candy cane. He's like stabbing the guy with it, like brutally stabbing, like in the throat and face and shit.
Yeah.
So then like, he's got a hold of this guy. He's out of like weapons, and he goes, and he takes this guy up the chimney, which is like a hole this big, and he gets to the roof, and it's just this, he's holding this pulp of this man, and he's just like, ugh. That was probably the highlight of the whole movie, when he goes up the chimney, and he's just,
pretty excellent.
This guy's been like skinned and condensed into like a soup can, and he's just all covered in blood, and he's like, oh, fuck. It was pretty cool, but in the end, he saves the kid. Christmas. All that.
So, but it still fell short.
Yeah, it just, I mean, I laughed hysterically at parts because it was good, but it just wasn't in my mind. It was going to be much better.
Yeah.
I feel like he wasn't a good Santa ass. They needed Bruce Willis.
He's not available for that role anymore.
Santa.
His brain is calcified.
It's like, this movie's got lines.
No way.
Unless you got a movie about a guy finger painting with his own feces. There's no space for him.
They had to give his Razzies back because everybody didn't realize yet that Bruce Willis had that tism.
Yeah, right.
And so they were like, ooh, that's a bad look. You know,
we're making fun of a retard.
We're making fun of like a dementia-riddled who didn't know it. Nobody knew. He didn't know.
Yeah, right.
You know? Poor Bruce Willis.
Yeah.
You could kind of see it in his face towards the end, though.
Right.
It's that, like the facial expression range is dramatically reduced.
It was just in the movie.
Yeah.
Santa. It's showing him. There's no. I don't know if I missed it. I didn't know how he became Viking warlord god.
Yeah.
How'd he become Santa? No one tells you. Like there's too many gaps, and the bad guy was, I can't think of his name. He's the Spanish guy. Lopez? No. He played the Violator in the Spawn movie. I can't think of his name. He looks the same too, but he's been like in everything since the dawn of time. Generic Spanish guy 1, not Machete. Yeah, whatever.
The guy who played Mario?
Mario Lopez?
Mario Lopez?
No, it wasn't.
Oh, okay.
He's
That
too handsome to be a Santa burglar fighter.
That's
but
all right.
it was all just garbage.
He can remain uncredited. I'm sure the memory of him will live on.
No, my memory. My memory is as good as Bruce Willis's. So as you can see,
mine too. But
yep.
I ripped one and it smells worse than my cat's turd over there.
Got a sour beehole.
Well.
Yeah.
R.I.P. Bruce Willis. R.I.P. that guy got turned into pulp.
Oh, that guy. That poor guy. He thought he was just getting like grabbed up.
Yeah.
And then he
what other excellent kills in movies? Just because we mentioned it recently, Machete, obviously when he pulls the intestines out of that guy and uses it to rappel down a wall to then break in through another window. It's pretty sweet. I
like the movie Commando with Arnold Schwarzenegger's from like late 80s, early 90s. Yeah,
I've seen it. Yeah.
So, oh God, he's in this woodshed. First off, if you ever watch that movie again, he's like taking down this compound. He's got all these like weapons like rocket launchers, M60s. He goes in fully geared up. There's like 10,000 bad guys.
Yeah.
He's got an M60 and he's and just a row of guys falls. And then it cuts. You can see the belt of ammo. It's like this long. It goes he kills all these people. Then it shows him in another scene. Belt's back. And he's just gunning them all down. Yeah. He never runs out of ammo.
Poor continuity.
Yeah. And then he goes into the woodshed and he's like, oh no, I'm slightly hurt. And then like he's like looking around. The woodshed's just full of like axes and pitchforks. But what does he grab? Circular saw blades. He grabs them off the wall. The guy comes in. He throws them like ninja stars straight into the kill shot with a right?
Yeah.
So then the final battle, this guy, mercenary guy's got his daughter.
Yeah.
And he's wearing a mesh shirt for a real colorful picture. He's like an out of shape fat white guy in a mesh shirt.
Yeah.
And they're like fighting. Arnold's all like glistening and like oh, and then the guy's like, he's got like a real gay Flavor Saver mustache.
Yeah.
He takes and rips this pipe off the wall, like a steam pipe. Yeah. He goes, why don't you let off some steam? And then he throws it through him like a Leonidas spear toss.
Yeah.
So hard it's probably 4 inches in diameter. Goes through the guy, sticks him into the wall.
Yeah.
Or into another steam pipe, and now there's steam blowing out of the tube. And then he's let off some steam. The guy's like dead with the... The only thing that would make that scene better, there would have been a meat log inside the pipe that would have had to have shot out.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like when the pressure builds, it just shoots the meat log against the wall.
Right.
That would have been...
perfect.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So. There needs to be a greater attempt at recreating those 80s movie, 90s.
There's no action stars
in a way that celebrates it, doesn't just make fun of it. I like and what do you call it? Is just not it for me. What are they called? Expendables. That just didn't do it for me. The first one's got some cool stuff in it, like whenever Terry Crews has an auto shotgun that never runs out of bullets.
You're seeing the flashes and then just pieces of bodies flying everywhere.
But like John Wick had an auto shotgun too, and he did it way better. And he like blew people's heads apart with
John Wick. The
through
first
SWAT
one was
helmets.
good. The second one,
yeah. Well, even
what are we on to the third or fourth one?
We're on the fourth.
So the third one was with the dick-biting dogs?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's just bad.
It's fun to watch for the violence.
Yeah, but I mean, he killed all the bad guys. There can't be any more bad guys left.
This next one has to be the last one.
What's the body count? He killed every Russian in America.
I'm sure there's a YouTube compilation that would sort that out for you.
I mean, how many bad guys can there be? Like, the assassin alarm goes off. They're like, oh, calling all assassins, calling all assassins. And they all come from all corners. He kills them all.
Yeah.
There's nobody left. Or is there?
It keeps escalating. It's to the point of, like, ridiculousness.
Yeah, he doesn't even have any bullets or guns left. He's killing people with books and pencils.
The first one was very grounded, and it was a very small situation.
Yeah, but I mean, it was
one man,
it was
one
really,
Russian mob, done super well.
You see that?
I'm not critiquing it.
The
I'm not saying it's a bad
scumbag kid kicks his cancer wife's puppy to death.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then you could just see, like, well, you fucked up. And then he proceeds to murder everybody.
Right. Super simple premise, done extremely well.
But then it just starts getting... I mean, I'm going to watch it. Don't get me wrong.
There's nothing else to watch.
No,
you got to watch what
Well, I could watch
little comes out.
Pilot Guy.
Yeah. You can watch. That's definitely
Flight
worthy.
Data Recorder.
Plane.
Oh. Yes.
Black Box.
Yeah. Ooh.
No, that would be a good name for a movie.
Yeah.
Probably already exists.
Yeah, probably.
But somehow Plane did not exist.
Nah,
that's kind of strange.
Yeah, that's weird.
Nobody made a movie called Plane. There's Airplane, the movie.
I like that one.
We saw a teacher showed us that like our last day of senior year.
Really?
Well, he forgot about a few scenes.
Yeah, I guess.
Because there's a scene where there's turbulence and they just show a naked woman's breasts flopping in the wind,
bouncing,
and the whole class. I mean, everybody. And it was too fast, and he couldn't do anything about it. But you know, it was all right. We're all 18. It's fine.
Oh boy!
Nobody walked away being like, like they would today.
Yeah. Today it's just a boy crying in the hallway. I wish my boobs were like that. And then
you're right.
Jiggle, jiggle.
You're so right. There were definitely people who would. I hope the world isn't that insane.
It is. They were just talking about it on the news this morning.
Really?
They said that there's like 45 states have made like laws saying like you can't give a kid a bunch of hormones and cut their dick off because they're kids.
Yes.
They don't know the long-term effects of these things.
Right.
Just because the kid saw boy girl on YouTube, thanks YouTube, now
TikTok,
they think they're a boy girl. They said the actual population of LGBT, tranny, gender, inversion therapy.
Yeah. I think that's the scientific term you just used. Yeah.
So it's like half of 1% of the population of America, but for some reason they scream so loud that it's like the biggest issue.
Oh boy, we're getting into some shit I forgot that I wanted to bring up.
Uh-oh.
But I don't want to derail you, so continue on.
Well, I don't know where I was going. I'm already derailed.
I've brought it up on this podcast before. It is the issue plaguing the LGBTQ Twitter sphere right now, and it's the success of a video game. Do you know what video game it is?
Transmorphers 3?
Hogwarts Legacy.
Oh!
The Harry Potter video
I have
game.
heard that it's really it's like Grand Theft Auto, but with Harry Potter.
My wife is playing it right now. It actually rocks.
Yeah, I watched a video.
It actually fucking rocks.
Where there was a drive-by shooting on the street, and Harry Potter's like pew, 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 on his little broom. And he's going pew 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 pew, and there's just people like and they're like, I don't know what he was shooting at them.
Yes, because that's sort of
just murdering everybody.
That's sort of a weird aspect of the game is that you are a 15, 16-year-old wizard,
uncontrolled powers.
Yes. And you kill. It's not, you don't knock people out and then they like
dead
apparate away.
Yeah.
They're dead. They go you hear like the death rattle as they collapse on the floor.
The death gargle.
And then they're, to further bolster that point, is one of their teammates that are still alive will be like, "You killed my friend! You will not escape with your life!" You know what I mean? And you're just like, Expelliarmus, Expelliarmus, Expelliarmus. And then you use your ancient magic, which is the thing that makes you special. It's just this, like, god power. You can pick them up and slam their head repeatedly into the ground.
I love that.
It's, I'm just watching my wife play it.
Yeah.
She's playing it right now as we speak. And I'm like, this is brutal combat.
Yeah.
You can
grab
people and throw them 100 yards. You can launch them into outer space, and then they fall. They come down on their fucking head.
That's the superpower I wish I had. You know, like Hulk strength. You could just throw someone into a wall till they.
Right. Yeah. You can summon lightning like Thor and turn somebody into nothing. You explode.
Zap them.
Yeah. You know what I mean? And
sounds pretty cool.
And it's, but aside from all that, it's just a well put together, and in a world of AAA dog shit.
Oh yeah.
It is a very well put together game.
5-star diarrhea fest. Yeah,
with a lot of care
for
put
a game based off a book or a movie.
Yeah,
that's
even more
impressive.
Exactly, but there's one community who could not be more upset about the success of this game.
0.00001%
of people on Twitter,
of people on Earth, they're like,
yes,
you're just like,
they are tracking people who are streaming this game.
It's got nothing to do with them.
They're tracking people who stream this game as evidence, sort of like a Nazi hit list. Like anybody who's ever streamed this game, you deserve death. You should be rounded up.
You hate people who have one or more peeing parts.
And it's not even because of the game itself. It's because of the
creator,
author, who has no creative, but she's receiving royalties.
Yeah, because it's her brand.
Right.
Yeah,
because
like
she was
Squalorballers. Brand. When we're getting our royalty checks.
I don't see that ever happening.
Yeah. Oh.
The Squalorballer sphere? The Squalorballer verse? The Ballerverse.
Squalorverse.
The Squalorverse. Yeah. The Ballerverse is for black people.
We're not rappers. Okay.
The Squalorverse I like. That I could see if we build up a whole...
I like Squalorverse.
The Squalorverse.
It really rolls off the tongue.
Yeah. But anyway, people are upset because she, get this, has the opinion that trans people are trans people.
Oh, like
like
our clip with the lady who says you don't think trans people exist because you don't think a woman can get
exactly.
A man can't get pregnant.
Yes.
Because a man can't get pregnant.
The obsession that this community has with having it acknowledged just the way they want, which is that it can't be men, women, and trans people. You have to be a woman or a man. You have or whatever you want.
I have sent
for
our video segment. Tune in because it has summoned this up to a T.
Right.
You know.
Right.
I mean, no, that the guy in that video is not at all shitty.
Pierce Morgan is.
No, he's a shitty person, but what he says makes absolute sense without being shitty.
Right. And
you know what I mean?
And the people he's saying it, espousing it to, are doing a really bad job of.
Right. They're just like, no, it's only what I say matters, and anything else is just bullshit because you hate me.
But this, I think the monumental impact actually happening behind the scenes with this game. We are watching the official, I'm calling it, it's like calling bottom in the stock market. I'm calling the peak of wokeness.
Peak woke?
I think we've achieved peak woke, and we're on the down, we're going down from here. Here's why. They've officially cannibalized themselves because Harry Potter fans are some of the
hardcore,
gayest, girliest
man-boy children
that exist.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, I'm a wizard.
And I watch the movies. But there is a huge Venn diagram crossover between these LGBTQ communities, these alphabet people communities, and Harry Potter.
Yeah.
And now there's this conflict where the purity test has become impossible to pass.
Yeah.
Where people are like, don't make me pick between my childhood nostalgia and your stupid fucking LGBTQ rules.
Yep.
And they can't believe it because all these video game magazines came out saying this game's a 9 out of 10, this game's a 10 out of 10. They're like, ugh. You have like Kotaku coming out giving it a 1 out of 10 because... Meanwhile, the game has a trans character. You can be a trans character in the game. They tried to appease these people, and what do they get? This is what I'm saying. They've jumped the shark.
What's the special power of the trans character?
Nothing. being kind of ugly.
I'm normal.
Being kind of ugly.
I'm normal.
They don't even like come out with it. Here's why I don't care is because they're not like, I'm trans. That's my identity. I'm trans. I'm the trans character.
Yeah.
My whole identity is wrapped around me being trans, right? It's just understated. Basically, it's just it looks like an ugly woman with a deep voice.
I like that.
That's it. With
right.
like
They're
breasts.
Not rubbing your nose in it like you made brownie on the floor.
Right,
yeah.
exactly. It's just there, it exists, and they don't spend too much time with it. I don't give a shit about that. If this person like got up and pulled their wiener out and then pulled their shirt up and they also had tits and they were like, this is what morality looks like.
They actually have 2 wieners where the boobs should be.
Right.
Yeah.
Then I'd be like, this is stupid, and I don't. But otherwise, I don't.
Like
I don't
a double helicopter.
I don't really give a fuck. So anyway, even with this service, essentially, this fan service in it to that community, they're still rejecting it on the basis of J.K. Rowling saying women are women, men are men, and trans people are trans people. And now they're trying to say that the goblins are Jews, and that playing this game is akin to genocide.
What's the name
of the Jewish people?
There's a Jewish goblin. The name is a Shylock. You ever heard of this thing?
No. There's a Jewish goblin.
Yeah. Yep. I think it's like it dates back to the World War II or before, where they're trying to vilify.
Sure. I think it's fair to assume
they're like money goblins, basically. Shylock.
Well, all right. So are the goblins in Harry Potter a little bit.
Oh my God.
A lot of them are bankers.
So you're telling me that this whole anti-Semitism thing is real? There's just like secret.
No, I don't buy it.
Jew haters?
No. I don't think so. That is my personal opinion. I'll explain why. Okay, I think goblins as a fantasy creature have been
goblins are one of my favorite fantasy
have
creatures.
been entrenched in the psyche of everyone by the time J.K. Rowling wrote the Harry Potter
everybody
books.
knows what a goblin is.
They got
like,
pointy ears,
Rumpelstiltskin,
long cranny
He's
nose,
like a goblin of sorts,
balding, ugly, and short.
Yes.
Okay, I don't think I've seen any other type of goblin.
Yes.
It's the same exact fucking goblin that you have seen in every other fantasy universe. Okay? Now, the goblins in this particular universe, in the books and the movies, are bankers. But they're not wearing yarmulkes, and they're not talking about their moms.
It's all implied.
And they're not being... No,
it is.
That is such garbage. And it's in the game even more so. They're like... They're the main bad guy.
The root of all evil is this banker goblin?
No. He's not a banker. They're not all bankers.
Oh.
You know what I mean?
Sure, okay.
It's a whole universe.
Oh, my God.
There's goblins of all kinds.
Oh,
doing
goblin?
all kinds of...
Necrogoblicon?
No, there's no Necrogoblicon. He didn't make it.
Oh, man. Or John Goblicon, that's his name. Okay.
I think it's all projection. I think it's projection to see something with a long nose, something with a big nose, and being like, that's clearly a Jew. I think it's projection to be like...
I've never seen a Harry Potter movie, nor have I read a Harry Potter book, because I was like, I was like 21 when the first one came out, so like I was not into that. I was more into like chicks and getting hammered and stuff. I missed that bus. And
sure.
I've never, like, I've tried to watch before. I'm like, this is fucking stupid.
No,
but
not.
I get it. For if you were that age, you would be into it.
Yeah. I'm just trying to refute the notion that you are committing genocide when you play this game. Why are you...
No, I don't know.
Don't do this to me.
No, I'm just kidding.
Don't do this to me.
Yeah, I mean, trans people deserve to not be Jewish goblins, is all I'm saying.
It's not fair to put that on the game. It's not fair to put that
Who
on...
cares? It's a fucking game.
It's a fucking video game.
Who gives a shit?
Goblins are bad guys. Among other there's many enemies. There's spiders and trolls, and there's people. There's regular people. I'm sure some of them have big noses too. Does that automatically make them Jewish? They've got just about every fucking type of person that exists in this fucking game. Every diversity, every diversity, every ethnicity, every fucking nationality is represented.
I feel like it's a little over.
And then we're getting hung up on the fact that the main bad guy in this game is this tall and has a big nose.
Yes.
That's it. He's not a baker. Okay,
he's
a rebel. He's like a rebel. He's like the Rebel Alliance.
He's just an evil.
He's just an evil piece of
goblin.
Shit. Hitler goblin. There's literally the other goblins have armbands. All right, to show that they got a little Hitler armband.
Hitler goblin. He's got a little mustache under his huge nose.
I can't wait to watch that video you sent, by the way, of the guy who thinks he's the reincarnation of Hitler.
Oh man,
that type of video is what we need more of.
It's a gem. I mean,
but anyway,
yeah. Harry Potter game, cool. Check it out, folks.
You are a TERF if you play it. You're also you're anti-Semitic if you play it.
Yeah, who cares?
But check it out.
You don't have to please everyone, folks.
I think I'm a TERF.
A what?
I'm a TERF. A TERF, a trans exclusionary radical feminist. I'm probably not a radical feminist. I'm just a TEF. Trans exclusionary feminist. You're a feminist if you believe that women should be able to vote and work and have equal rights. That's all it takes to be a feminist.
It's a slippery slope. Next thing you know, they'll be getting jobs and driving cars. I'm just kidding.
They won't be barefoot in the kitchen anymore.
Pull these turnips out of the ground with your hands.
Pregnant and barefoot.
Beer wench. Yeah, something like that.
But she's it's funny because J.K. Rowling's a radical leftist in just about every other category except for this one where she's like,
well, just goes to show you,
no one's ever pure enough.
No, you can't have your own opinion about anything.
Nope.
You have to have the opinion,
right?
Not your opinion.
The opinion as mandated by a tiny percentage of the population that is much louder than everybody else, but inexplicably has the attention of advertisers and tech companies, which rule our life. Which is why we're, that is the source of why you and I are in the pickle we're in with YouTube right now.
I'm going to show them my pickle. If we're getting kicked off, someone's getting a tip, the tip.
The tip?
A tip from my tip.
Oh, God. All right, well.
Yeah.
I think we've done it. And is there anything else you feel you'd like to cover?
I would just like to say to all those people that don't subscribe or vote or or make us something, how dare you?
We've made it short and sweet. It's an hour long instead of 2 hours long, so hopefully strangers will see that number and find it more appealing.
Yeah. So
they won't just pass it over. So
thank the people with ADD that can't watch a fucking whole thing. Listen, I have a terrible commute every day.
Yeah.
I have to drive for at least 40 minutes one way every day.
Yes.
And I hate it. I have to go through tunnels. I have to fight off assholes that are trying to cut you off to go nowhere.
Yeah.
Every day. Hate it.
Yeah.
On Wednesdays when the podcast comes out, I turn it on. I'm home lickety-split. And I chuckle the whole way.
Yeah. That's how you should.
That people, come on.
That's how you should
It'll
consume
keep you from road rage incidents. You'll be too busy chuckling to give a fuck what everybody else is doing.
If you're at work and you have the capability to listen to a podcast.
Makes it go by quick. And the long one, you don't even know. No. I get home and I'm sitting in my truck listening still. Like, well, I'm home, but I got to finish hearing this.
Yeah. Yeah. That is the intention. So go,
spread the word. Spread the fire.
Yeah.
Remember, don't let goblins in your house. They'll get all your treasures.
You anti-Semite.
Yeah.
All right. Bye.